the other thing, the Browns have turned the ball over twice in each of the first two games. Longtime Browns beat reporter Tony Grossi with his thoughts on what could force a change at quarterback from Joe Flacco against Packers.
If Flacco turns the ball over in the first half, he will.
See, Tone, you said 2 times, but I feel like if he throws a really bad pick and they're down 14-3, well, wouldn't you want to see what the kid can do? There is a chance that he'll play well and give the offense a spark it needs right now.
Yeah, I still have confidence that Flacco's not going to play that poorly to yank him. Although Gabriel's time is coming.
It's coming. They're salivating this
No
year.
doubt. Yeah. And by the way, I think he's going to do better than people expect. But that's
good.
The
I
longer
hope so.
they can hold that off, the better. But that depends on Flacco.
So I don't think they're going to pull Flacco. I would disagree. Having said that, they got to stop turning the ball over. The two turnovers against the Bengals were both on the receiver. Like it's not even that he was throwing it to an area where he wanted them to settle, and they just kept going. Yeah. And again, I've said all week, a lot of that is because you had 4 quarterbacks and you didn't get enough time in training camp.
Yeah, you can certainly put it on that, the timing issues and things like that. Those pop-up, scoop interceptions are like things that you're like, wow, that's really unfortunate that happened this season that one time, not twice in one game. So it's just kind of a Brownsian thing there that happened in week 1, of course. But, it would take an all-time bad performance, I think, by Flacco to get him pulled in one of these games. I think they really are set to, and I hope, the more you live through it, it's harder to, it's easy to talk about this stuff, Dave, and then harder to actually live through it as a coach in a front office, right? But you're set that hey, we don't want to play Gabriel or Shador until probably week 7 would be the date that you circle, right? That's a softer landing spot. That's an easier opponent to transition to. Until then, it's really tough, right? The schedule is. And so you kind of have that circled, but the more you have to live through these games, and if they go poorly, the more pressure you start to build, and then you try to talk yourself into, well, maybe we can play him, over in London or whatever. But pulling him in the middle of the game, I would be surprised if Flacco plays that poorly in one game that it happens. Now, it could happen. We saw what happened in the playoff game where the wheels really fell off, a couple of years ago in Houston. So it could happen. I don't see it as a likely outcome at this point. I think they are really set in trying to make sure that they don't put these guys in a bad spot like they did with DTR a couple of years ago, where he got thrown into a start in Baltimore in his first ever start, right? I think that they're trying to stay away from that for these young quarterbacks.